The people who champion it are not serious. Excuse me, they are not serious. We must begin to sit down and have a long-term program and devoid of politics completely.
So, and your whole central hojo aha, and your will form Baba said, a craft for the good from Nafi at the same in Suto, and then in County at the Ayekoo Fui, a Duanibi to say a brodier to say a tidy pa. Now, so a ja, I was a bone for never her. Nina Irish, you say, queer Juma, a quay ye, and as a saying and a econo. Tena the abusion for. You bet canning in Africa, you bet tree, you bet to grow food, bet I be. Nina, and come my tree, not Yashu Juma City is see a corner, quam crown the befasso, na Jumana, na ye. You try one of the Asda, my numerous almost ya sing, say for Jumedi, Emremu. You don't must see you pair any of you American come on.
Ayekoo. Ayekoo.
Ayekoo.
I
Pacho Udin.
Yeah, from me Ben Kemeche.
Mr. Kameche, farming, Ghana. What do you read as a farmer? If you do be seen,
About 30 years, 29, 30 years now.
now I can't say.
And yeah, easy, but you have to have the passion.
But let's take it from where you started from. Which crop did you started with? Be it maize, rice, and others. The one are the chassis.
Yes, we started with vegetables, papushito, kotombre, and all those things. But I realized it was not going very well. And I always blame the market. That, oh, the market people don't think you use money to produce. So they buy anyhow, especially those things that get spoiled easily. So I continue to blame market.
So was it the 95 that you started the pepper and the?
Yes, 95 I did pepper. I did pepper for export. I did okra for export. I did all those exotic vegetables. I was shifting from one to the other. And like I said, your market is not guaranteed.
Even for the export?
Even for the export.
Why? Because
I don't know, maybe our nature.
Have the market before going to.
Yes, you may talk with a buyer at the airport. I don't have the strength to export myself. So I sell to buyers, Indians, Ghanaians who export. But along the line, when there is a default in their place, maybe the plane is not ready to pick their goods, or their supply, the people they are supplying to don't want goods, they don't consider you. They'll just stop buying, or they'll tell, or give you a very low price. So you realize that. So I passed through all those things until 2005. I met somebody who told me it is productivity. Even that one was not good enough. So I stopped all the vegetables. I stopped everything else. And when I will say in 2008 and 2008 to 2010, I met Agra. Some gentlemen from Agra.
Okay.
Because I was doing farming, so, and I saw their publication. At that time, I was ready to go back to Europe.
Why?
Because I thought
the money you brought was finished.
The money I brought was finished.
The interest was gone.
Maybe the interest was not gone, but I didn't have capital to continue with whatever I'm doing. You know, like I said, farming, you will learn, you will make some mistakes and learn. Maybe at the time you've learned and want to correct the situations, the money is not there. So that's what happened. But the knowledge was there. So when I met Agra, and then I was educated, or I got to know that in our part of the world, you are not guaranteed. You don't have anybody who will say, or truthful enough to say, I'll buy your produce for you at this price. We don't have it. The market is not structured. It is gambling. So when I was educated about seeds, so I took it up and I applied, and it took me some time before I was granted a grant of 100,000. And the grant of 100,000
Was it in cedis or
in dollars.
USD? Okay.
I was not given the 100,000 straight. I was given with step by step, the way you are acting, the way every year people, every quarter or monthly, somebody comes to see what you are doing. And that is where I learned about hybrid seed which is for maize. That's where I learned it. And then on that, I built upon it, went to South Africa, learned more about it, went to the various places, I learned more. So I will say that in Ghana, if they are mentioning hybrid companies, I'm one of the companies. And we don't import anything. We work with SARI, Savannah Agriculture Research Institute in Tamale.
Yeah.
We work with crop research. When they release the materials, then we work on it. So, in fact, AGRA exposed us to a lot of consultants, a lot of trainers. So I took my job seriously. So I learned, and I've increased productivity. Previously, I'll do maize, and I'll get only 1 ton or less than a ton per acre. But now, I'm making 4, 5. Even if the maize you are seeing now, if it doesn't rain again, I'll not go home empty-handed. I'll harvest. I'll harvest something.
In the long run, you say the maize has helped you to stay in agric.
Yes.
Being a seed grower.
Yes. So, so that's where I formed the MMB seed.
So when you went to South Africa and Kenya, you went to learn about agric, not to bring their seed to Ghana.
No. I learned the technical way of doing things.
What's the difference between their agric, the agric that they do in Kenya compared to Ghana? What's the difference? What do you see different? Or is it better than what we do here? What are some of the things that they do which you think it helps than what we do here?
In Kenya, I will not say it's too far from us. They are also building up, but they are far, far ahead. One, their land system is much better.
Is it the land tenure or the quality of their soil?
No, the land tenure.
Okay.
From my understanding, the whites took most of the beautiful lands from the people.
The fertile ones.
The fertile ones, and they were farming there. But when they had independence, in a way they took back the lands. And the land is in the hands of government and the landowners. And they are well demarcated. So if you apply and you are given the land, you are good to go. It's developed. That is one. So unlike here, you go and acquire the land from the chief or the family head, then all others come in. Immediately they come in, immediately you start harvesting. Like here when I came, nobody farms around here. From the road to this place, I did the road. You don't see anybody. Then
how many acres do you acquire from the chiefs over here?
Actually, we were bargaining for 100 acres.
Okay.
But because of money, we are developing 1 acre, 2 acres. Every year, when we get some money, we increase. Now we have 40 acres under cultivation. When I came here and I started, people around tell me, oh, why are you farming here? There are better lands. But the very first year, I harvested maize. It's like magic from here. They didn't know that you have to put in a lot to get whatever you want. Then quickly people started farming around. And you know I'm doing seed. Our regulations stipulates that at least 300 meters away and a farm. But if you are coming, you see farmers are coming over. People are coming and they don't do the right thing. So those are some of the things from Kenya. The other one is that I think their system has developed because of the way the whites did the system. They have people who buy the grains from them. And the way, not just the measure, the way. The way, they just don't use bowl, the way.
Like what we do in market, Ghana,
You
someone
will
will
put his hand and you collect, continue pouring until he's satisfied. No. There it is in kilograms.
Even in their villages.
In their villages. In their villages. During the harvest time, if FAO is buying seed, the contractor gets people, and you see them having this hanging scale with their sacks and small trucks visiting the smallholder farmers, buying from them. That's what they do. But here it is not like that.
Let's look at this area. Ghana, most of our farmers are peasant farmers.
Yes.
We don't have commercial farmers. South Africa, Kenya, Ghana, do you see more commercial farmers in Kenya?
There are more in South Africa than even Kenya. Kenya also is smallholder farmers, scattered all over. Smallholder farmers.
Then the South Africa ones are
South Africa,
whites,
yes, they are whites. They are whites.
Okay.
South Africa, whites. Zimbabwe, whites. That's where you see large tracts of farms. But even that, there is the smallholder farmers that do their own small things.
Why is it that we don't have commercial farmers in Ghana?
I don't know, but I might stipulate that land tenure system might be one. Our markets are not structured. That's another one. I had two commercial farmers, one from Holland, one from USA, young people who came to farm. They did, one was at Asuchare down, Kuse, there, that enclave. He was doing his farm there. He did the first year, had good harvest, but like I said, he could not sell. He could not sell outright. He could not get a buyer to buy his whole stock and reinvest the money. So we were talking. By then I didn't start, we were talking. Then I told him, no, our cycle is about 3-4 years. So if he can hold on. Then he said, but what will I be doing? Before I realized, he was able to sell the machinery and gone. There was one other guy also in Afram Place. So in my view, government started something like buffer stock. What else? There is a commodity exchange. If those people can be just like on the lines of CMB,
yeah,
you produce, there is an agreement. If you do ABC, you get this yield, so we'll pay you this amount.
There was this report from World Food Program that most of our problems in Ghana is about post-harvest losses and lack of storage facilities in Ghana. Do you agree with them?
Yes, I agree. But all comes back to money. Comes back to money. Because anything you do in farming is very expensive.
But Ghana is over 60 years. There should be a concerted effort to maybe do that.
Let me put it this way. The people who make policy, the people who champion it are not serious. Excuse me, they are not serious.
We don't follow what we say. We don't follow what we write down.
No, we don't. We don't. We don't.
Because of the change of government or both of the various governments.
Look, there are certain things that whether Kofi comes today, Kojo comes today, the policies should be the same.
You mean national policy?
National policies should
follow one policy.
Yes. just to get the. We are not going to reinvent the wheel, but it is the lay down procedures and make sure people work well. Everywhere, in every country, there is always a manifesto. But there are certain things you don't touch it.
Okay.
Building of roads. I'm not coming to say I'll come and dismantle this road and put something. You have to improve upon it. But here we are, we do shoddy work. It's we, the leaders, are not straightforward.
Observer, Ayekoo dwumadi ne yɛwɔ so yi yɛhwehwɛ nkɔmmɔ na ne deɛ gyam sɛ tekrama na dane kakra yɛwɔ framantam mu owura ben kamache ne ne hwehwɛ nkɔmmɔ no so otu kwankwa ma no ne oba Ghana bɛyɛ kɔ adwuma edu baabi a yɛnanse world food program kan nem sɛ no na yɛyɛ adwuma no adwuma na do nipa obɛtɔ no na yɛ ne ti ɛno ne yɛhwehwɛ nkɔmmɔ enti makuo ne atosode na ɔhyɛ ase ne nko yi ɔsɛ de bi kura nipa obɛtɔ no korɔkorɔ hwɛ no ohunu na so waka yɛn sɛ dua mɛtɔ to adane ne nsa akɔ aburo ne ade kakra no kura no de ɔyɛ ne sɛ de yɛbɛdua no seed no ɛna odi ho dwuma no kyerɛ sɛ yamanyofo no ɔmo dumfo se enyoyo na yeni baabi a yɛkɔ sɛ Ghana yɛ nyina yɛde yeni akyerɛ apie mantemte hɔ ne yɛkɔ obi ba ɔdamatɔe obi ɛnam apie ɛno ɛne ɔhawa ɛha Ghana yɛmrɛ yɛbɛkɔ so apɔtɔ esanse atwi ne ho ayɛ den te yɛbɛkɔ so apɔtɔ kakra yɛhwɛ afiwe ɔwɔ mu na yɛhwɛ yɛbae de wohu ɔwɔ mfoni mu ɛnyɛ galamsey na mu nsuo ntonti wadane n'ani sɛ ɔno a ɛyɛ ne dam yɛhwɛ ɛne kwan ofa so ton no nyoma kakra na yɛmfa adwuma no emra awiye
Ayekoo Ayekoo
when we got here we thought you were doing galamsey because Ghana is the order of the day but we asked you and you said you were trying to build a dam yourself. What prompted this?
What we do is hybrid seed. And hybrid seed, it is not GMO. But you know, when God made this world, God cannot come and say, do this, do that. It is through dreams, ideas. So this hybrid seed started in the USA around 1929.
Hey.
Around 1929.
Okay.
And those days, what we call open pollinated maize. That one is a population. Anything goes. So when they found this, it took them some time. Now what they do is that this year, I read a lot. So they send me material from US, the Farm Belt. People are making 15 tons per acre.
And it's not
15
GMO.
tons, and it's not GMO. 15 tons per acre. It is
fertilizer or what?
Fertilizer is inside, but research. So they found, you know, the genetic is there. So the researchers also continue to work. So they found the best thing. Added with fertilizer, irrigation, and those things, people are making 15 tons. When I say 15 tons, that's fertilizer bag. 20 is 1 ton. Multiply that from 1 acre. So why can't they sell maize at $100? That's how it is. If you look into the net, their maize grains is about $110.
So that give you the idea for you to start building.
Yes. So the material that we have, they are tiny. They are tiny. So you need to be helping them. At a certain point in time, you must give them water. So, so I realized that I've been losing materials. They are expensive. If we go to our warehouse, you'll see some in a cool room. Yes, if you are not careful, they will lose them. So if I build I make small money, I saved. I am not extravagant. So I saved towards the work. So this year I saved. Actually, the initial deposit was 12,000 to do the dam. But when they came and were doing it, we realized that we have to spend more. But where it is now, fine. we'll see this year what happens and continue next year so that we can start putting in irrigation. So those materials will come. So we have a better seed for our farmers. If you ask Minister of Agriculture in the Volta region, people are now making 5 tons, or I would say about 1.5, 2 tons per acre from the seed we do. Once you follow the method and do the thing, yes. So that's how it is. Now I have some 2 materials that I'm working with. It has been done by research from Zimbabwe, sent to me, but I have to see if it will work in our condition. So we started. One is against fall armyworm. You know, fall armyworm came. You have to continue spraying. But one is against it. We are testing it. It's working now. It's on the first seed will come out by August. It's on another farm. But those materials, they give problems. So we realized that we should build a dam, put in irrigation, at least for 5 acres. One young man who had been trained in South Africa came back and saw what I was doing. He actually trained with me. So he decided, Mr. Kemeche, if you have small money, put in a dam, put in irrigation, then I'll work with you full time.
So
that's what made me to do it.
In our Greek ministry, we have a department that helps farmers or does do something about irrigation. We have GIDA. Have you contacted them? Because I heard you I heard you saying because of money you have to stop at where you've been. Have you been to GIDA for help?
Yes. But all they will tell you, if you want to follow them, then 10 years you are not even able to do
Why?
it. They don't have the money and they don't have the equipment. They can only give you an idea, do A, B, C. But if you are waiting for them, nothing will come.
So where you have dug your dam, were they here to show you?
Yes, they've seen it.
They give you the technical ideas.
Yes. After we've done the 4 days, they came and said, yes, you know it is not too deep. You have to break this one down again and bring another machine that will bring it out. But since you don't have the money, let's see how what happens this year. Then next year we can continue. So I said, fine, that's good.
Okay. Finally, let's look at how you get market for your produce. In Ghana here, we are hungry for foreign materials, seeds. We're talking of, I won't mention a name, but yeah. You know we have other names from Brazil and others. How do you sell your farm produce to farmers in the Volta region especially, and maybe beyond Volta region?
Yes, I would say that it is education. Education. When I started, it was difficult. But I learned all the things that people have done in US, like small packs. You do the seed and put in small envelope, put what to do, ABC on it, and distribute. I did that. Went to churches, went to meetings, funerals, and give it out free. Gradually, people are beginning. But then, when you say don't recycle your seed, then the thing is GMO. But I tell them, no, that it will not be good. But ours is that one beauty about hybrid is that you can pack it. That's why when you see the farm, it's 1-1-1, very close. And if we had irrigation, we'll even make it closer. So we keep on educating them. And gradually, people go round and come back. You know, somebody will tell you, oh, this one is good. This one is good. They go, finally they come back because they realize that our materials are born and bred in Ghana. It was made by Ghanaians, Ghanaian scientists.
The taste and the aroma.
Everything.
Okay.
Our grain side, you know, we don't weigh. We don't weigh. There was somebody who bought the seed in around Techiman. And then he called me, said, now I believe your seed. Then I said, why? He said, oh, you know, when you convinced me to buy, you know, I had 10 acres, but I decided to buy only 20 kilos of your seed. And I did the 20. And my friend who did 10 acres of foreign material, when they harvested, his maize was so tall, big. And I said, I regretted. But when we shared, 2 boys can take number 4 bag into the truck. But when they came to your seed, 2 people cannot lift the number 4 bag into the truck. It's heavier. That's the nature of it. The grain is not big like La Posta or the other seeds, but it is, you see it's small but heavy.
Let me ask this question. You made mention of going to churches, going to other places to talk to people before you market it by yourself. But we have this program in Ghana, Planting for Food and Jobs. Why don't you contact the ministry for them to buy your seeds?
Actually, I worked for Planting for Food and Jobs, and Dr. Koto, when he was in the Volta region, he said, I learned, wherever I go, they say there is a Ghanaian company doing hybrids called MMB Seeds, and they are doing very well. They say he is in who, but I didn't go to the program. I didn't go. I was here. So the regional director came here, and when he saw the farm, 2022, he was crazy. Because that time too, there was not much rain, but the crops, everything was coming very well. So he took pictures and showed to him. And he looked into the record. Truly, MMB supplied the highest local hybrids. The rest are from foreign. And I was expecting they'll promote. But unfortunately, we supplied for 3 years, we were not paid. And that
You were not paid.
We were not paid. That brought us down because I have to continue. You know the workers.
Did you have contract with them? Was
Yes,
the
we have.
minister aware you were
Yes,
supplying them?
yes, they know. So the money was delayed, and I keep on borrowing from friends and other things, and the interest was high. Finally, when it was paid in 2023, I lost a chunk of the money. But fine, we are still moving on. It's my passion.
So now, how many workers do you have?
On the average, here on the farm, 12, 15.
Permanent or casual?
Permanent, 6. And casual, sometimes it will be more, depending on the work. But in the factory, when we've given them break, because from the end of the month, we start harvesting and processing. So that one, it will be a lot of work. So we've given them a break. And there are about 40 women, 30 to 40 women, every day until December.
And you pay them
We pay
daily
them.
or
We pay them. Previously, if you don't pay daily, they will go. But we have now, they know that we are honest, so we pay them bi-weekly. We put the money together and give it to them.
Why don't you try the new minister? Because now Mr. Koto is gone. Why
Oh,
don't you
please.
try?
I don't want to go there. You waste your time. They have the agenda. Let me put it that way. Everybody has his agenda. So just
Be
leave
it
him.
party or party B.
I don't belong to any party. So I don't belong to any party. Mine
But I
is,
think the ministers have their own agenda.
yes, they have their own agenda. That is all.
Sum up with how you see agric in Ghana. Going forward, the future, does the future look bright for Ghana agric? What do you have to do for us to be food secure? Because they say food security is a national security. Now there are problems with our food system. Low price today, high price tomorrow. Your final word about Ghana agric?
All I will say is that as a nation, we must begin to sit down and have a long-term program and devoid of politics completely. It should be merit somebody who is working must be helped. Not you are a foot soldier, so this grant has come, so we set you up, and the person use the money. No, we must have a good policy, a good guidelines, and a good leadership role to be there to supervise, so that we should not take our farmers for granted. We have fertile lands. We can do anything in this world. We can have food. There is somebody, even right in Norway, if there is no rain, there is no sunshine for 5 years, they'll eat. They will not beg anybody. But here, we were shouting, planting for food and joy abroad. Last year, we sold maize 50 kilos at 300 Ghana cedis. We sold maize at 300 Ghana cedis.
Is it expensive for cheap?
It's expensive. You imagine ordinary person taking 30 cedis a day. How can it? And he will eat maybe half a kilo of maize a day and pay 300 Ghana cedis for it. It's expensive. It should come down. Maize should come down to the extent that we can buy maize, because we eat akpole, we eat banku, we eat kenke, tuozafi, all of them, cocoa. So I'm not talking politics. I don't want it for myself, but I want it for future generations. It has made it that the young ones are not interested. But if the ones who are hardworking, they are helped, they'll bring along people.
So going for Ukraine for food as against learning for what they did to get the food, which one do you prefer?
Learning to get the food is better than begging them for food. You know, if your stomach in somebody's hand, he can do anything to you. A hungry man is an angry man.
So we've usually been talking of going to Ukraine for food, but we have the land over here.
We have the land. So let's see what they've done better than us and plan towards it. That's all.
Mr. Ben Kemeche, thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm happy you have come.
Abanyansa for you bunube. Ura Kemeche. Wa kan sem bebre. Anso wonu afia se ye ne dam. Nka nkwa akiri. Amanyosem me ne wo. Ye behwe ne yetwa so a oman ne bekoyi. NDC MPP obi eno abo Ghana Greek. Enti mo a mo pe abamu ababedi mampani wo a wote so a pese wo to aso wo a ofie echi a pese wo ba mo nyina muntie papa na mo hwɛ se wo breso no ekoyi ana o se mfie aduase ne o hye Greek ase enkoyie enuma ye no enkoyie enti mo hwɛ ne mo Ghana akuafo o se kwan a eba na fom hai ono a no de ne sika etwafi main road no ebeto ha yebesere se ne fo a timi 40 acres ono ano tim kakra na oye osiku adwuma edin na so ye ni ya eye ye ba ho central ebehwe se akuafo de agu fom na etise ya na ensuo ntonto yo ono aye ne dam ye mi se ye ho se ye ni se ebeyi ene eto because osi gidafo ne ba be kire ne se ho no tu ebeyi okwa mo se na irrigation ne boarding ye nkire ye akuafo no kran so aye din ye besere ye hwe ne enkoni esanse wutie panin bi se dia no man we ya kachiri yankopon de dote na mayense ebeyi nenso ya nye ne yie ahade ade musi ene de opotoye kakra mu yemfa ne sanse nye de bia ne ebenya ne twi ene waka na brofo miso madane ani kakra ade abatwi mu se de opa akira ne se kuadwuma kwanya amanyofo suban wo Ghana nti kuadwuma wo koma eden de mu nsese mu suban na munye ne yie sanse ebekọ na ya bre na wo kan mekoma akoma akon 10 cedis ono so se wadua mekono nya atofo na se World Food Program beka na ekeka ne wantan eya mpa okuani beye wie na beye obetwa ba fie kra na eden kwanye okwa aye nto ba bi obege be store na nsen mekwa agogo mbekai kuani ono watwa na buro ni ade awie se ode kono de akwa kogu ba fast stock na aye no okoye a odaseni asesa aton adi sika no suban be no anyame ache dote ye ebeye suban be no nti ebesere ye nhihye na ye ni so ye nhihye na yindi so sa ban de bafa stock aba ye mpani pantena no ne ye ma no kredie ne nya adwuma ni sika ban ni sika awoho ne ba beto a ye mfa dan ne hayo mo no mo ntonguo ne fu security aduan ne nya yie na enko yie ko Ayekoo dwumadie so nie ya me yadoma ye woni da sene e wa Ayekoo dwumadie so yakram akpa kaka
What's up, bro?
na ira unto
Akwe.